Why your brain wants you to stay poor. Hook. Imagine two people get the exact same amount of money. Same job, same salary, same city, same bills. 5 years later, one of them owns assets, has savings, and feels calm about money. The other one is still living paycheck to paycheck, wondering where it all went. Here's the strange part. It's usually not because one of them was smarter, or luckier, or made more money. It's because their brains were literally running different programs. And today, we're going to look at the program most of us are running without even knowing it. A program that was designed thousands of years ago for a world that no longer exists. A program that, left unchecked, quietly keeps people poor. Stick around, because by the end of this, you'll understand why your brain sometimes fights against the very thing you want most. To be financially free. Problem setup. Most people believe being bad with money comes down to one of two things. Either you don't earn enough, or you don't know enough about finance. So the common advice is simple. Get a better job. Learn about investing. Read a few books. Problem solved. But here's something strange. There are people who earn 6 figures and still live broke. And there are people who earn an average income and quietly build real wealth over time. If it was only about income or knowledge, this gap wouldn't exist. So what's actually going on? The truth is, your brain isn't built to make you rich. It's built to keep you alive. And those two goals are not the same thing. Core explanation. Let's rewind for a second. Imagine you're living 20,000 years ago. There's no such thing as a bank account. There's no retirement fund. There's only food, shelter, and safety. In that world, the smartest thing your brain could do was simple. Grab resources now because you have no idea if they'll be there tomorrow. A wolf could be hiding nearby. Winter could come early. Tomorrow was never guaranteed. So your brain evolved a very specific rule. Value what you can get today far more than what you might get later. Psychologists call this present bias. It's the reason a slice of cake today feels more real than the idea of a healthier body in 6 months. It's the reason a new phone feels more exciting than $3,000 sitting quietly in an investment account. Now bring that same wiring into today's world. You get your paycheck. Your brain doesn't see it as future security. It sees it as available resources right now that might disappear. So the impulse is to use it. Spend it. Enjoy it. Not because you're careless, but because on a primal level, your brain still thinks it's protecting you. Here's a simple example. Say you get a bonus of $1,000. Ancient brain logic says, buy something nice, treat yourself, enjoy the win. Investor logic says, put it where it can grow and forget about it for years. Both feel like reasonable choices in the moment, but only one of them compounds into freedom. And compounding is boring, slow, and invisible, which is exactly why our ancient brain doesn't respect it. It didn't evolve to notice something that quietly grows in the background for 10 years. It evolved to notice threats and rewards right now. This is why saving money can feel harder than it should. You're not fighting a lack of willpower. You're fighting millions of years of survival instinct that whispers, take the reward now, worry about later. Insight section. Here's the deeper idea, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Being poor isn't only a financial state. It's often a mental default. The default setting your brain reverts to unless you deliberately override it. Rich isn't the natural output of your brain. Poor is. Rich is what happens when someone consciously interrupts their instincts again and again until new habits form. Think about people who build wealth quietly over time. They're not superhuman. They've just built small systems that remove the decision from the moment of temptation. Automatic transfers to savings before they can spend it. Investments set on autopilot. Rules like, I don't Check prices when I'm tired or stressed, because that's when the ancient brain takes over the wheel. Meanwhile, the people who struggle aren't usually undisciplined people. They're normal people, reacting normally to a brain that's still wired for survival in the wild, not for navigating credit cards, subscriptions, and instant online checkouts. That's the real story behind why your brain wants you to stay poor, not because it's broken, but because it's doing exactly what it was designed to do, just in the wrong environment. Practical takeaway. So what do you actually do with this? First, stop blaming willpower. If saving money feels hard, it's not a character flaw. It's biology. Once you understand that, you stop fighting yourself and start designing around the problem instead. Second, make the smart choice the automatic choice. Set up transfers into savings or investments the moment your paycheck arrives, before your present bias brain gets a vote. Out of sight often means out of impulse. Third, create a pause before big spending decisions. Something as simple as waiting 24 hours before a non-essential purchase gives your slower, wiser thinking a chance to catch up with your fast, impulsive thinking. None of this requires more income. It requires designing your environment so your ancient brain and your modern goals stop fighting each other. Ending. Here's the thought to sit with. You were never lazy. You were never bad with money. You were simply running software built for a world of tigers and famine, trying to survive in a world of credit cards and one-click checkout. The people who build wealth aren't the ones who silenced that ancient voice completely. They're the ones who learned to work around it, one small system at a time. So the next time you feel that pull to spend now instead of save for later, remember, that's not weakness talking. That's an old survival instinct, doing its best in a world it was never designed for. The real wealth begins the moment you notice the voice and choose anyway.